So what did we do today? Well, went to an art event. It was from 6:30 to 8:30. I got there about around 4:30. I wanted to leave early to beat the traffic, but also it's a boba tea shop, so they had coffee, they had tea. I just got tea. Figured cut down on the caffeine today. And the teas I got were white and green teas, so they weren't as heavily caffeinated. I finished a sketch. I decided, I did a practice sketch, I think about a week ago, and I didn't fill it in. I was going to leave it as a line drawing, but I decided, why not? Let's just go ahead and fill it out. And this is about what you get from me for about maybe, I want to say like an hour, maybe hour and a half's worth of shading. You get that. So I'm getting faster. I'd probably say this took me about an hour and a half to shade. Roughly. I would not place the limit above 2 hours, but I'm getting better at it. Getting better at layering. I think I found the technique for doing slimy and textured skin. For one, there's going to be lots of bumps, a lot of different light sources. So of course there's going to be a bunch of highlights here and there, which I think I captured with this. So I think this drawing does kind of capture the essence of the slimy texture. Then I went ahead and, if I can find it, and if my cat will not get on my lap, if I can actually find it, I decided to finish a sketch that I did of the King of the Undead from Lord of the Rings. I did not finish the crown. It's kind of hard to see all the pattern details from the image itself. But that is a quick sketch of mine. This probably took me, I want to say in terms of shading, no more than like an hour. Probably say overall the sketching process itself, I think this took me about a couple hours. I'm okay with it. It's not something super detailed for me, at least compared to what I can normally do. I was going to try and complete a self-portrait drawing. However, a orange cat that was at a bar that I decided to go to afterwards to hang out for a bit. And yes, I had a couple drinks. That was it. I limited myself this time. So instead of showing that image, because there's mud prints on there, although I think that'd be fine. I can just finish it anyway. But I did this sketch, I think today, or no, I didn't do it today. I did it yesterday. I did a little sketch of Bub, the zombie, from one of my favorite zombie films. But yeah, I think for now, for maybe the next month, I'll put more emphasis on doing sketches, because I do want to be able to draw faces and get proportions right, and then move on to bodies. So the first month I will focus mainly on doing facial portraits. The second month I think I will try to, second and third month at least, try to do body drawings. I don't know if I should go to any life drawing lessons, because I think it's harder to draw in person, whereas if you have a photo, you can basically draw out all the proportions that you need. You can measure everything out. I'm more about measurements, but I'm trying to do everything by eye. And actually, I've been doing most of these drawings by eye. I haven't been using a ruler, like I probably would normally. Or the grid method. You know, some people like the grid method. I personally don't like it. It takes too long. You can overthink things. You can the eye is kind of weird with how you map each little individual square, so you might have gotten one square right, but you might have gotten a second square just off slightly, and that makes your drawing look weird. So I never really was a fan of the grid method. Granted, I could do it, it's just I'm not a fan of it, and it also takes too long. Whereas if you just make so many errors, over the course of a few months, then eventually, after a few months, maybe a couple years, you get to the point where you can just draw everything quickly and by eye. So I think I want to get to that point. Another drawing that I did also, I suppose, I can go ahead and find it real quick. But I'll probably put this in a sleeve actually after making this video. I had not worked on this drawing in a few weeks, mostly because also my mood has been very erratic over the past few weeks. Still is. I'll talk about that in a second. Here's what I have so far. That is Gothmog, the Orc General from the third Lord of the Rings film, and Éomer. I drew Éomer less detailed because, then again, the image I was given was very blurry, wasn't very focused, so I just don't like how everything is almost monotone. So I noticed that. So I might go back over this with a kneaded eraser, since I found mine, try to add more contrast. As for my mood, I am literally deviating between whether or not I want to continue pushing forward, or whether or not I just want to give up completely. Seriously. The way that I see it, I have one good friend who will talk to me and help me out, but he is an hour away. I understand he has a life of his own. I get that. The other friends that I have, however, I don't think they care as much. So they kind of showed their hand. Why? Because I admitted to them my plan. At least what I'm really leaning towards, and that is a 2-year plan. Because I have not been better for years. I have not been better. I mean, the breakup was, a catalyst for really destroying my mind, but I'm talking about since 2017. I have not been okay. I've been trying to pretend like I was okay. I think 2020 and 2021 definitely started showing signs that I was not okay, and I continued to ignore it for another full year and a half. So I told my therapist my plan as well. Yeah, I shouldn't rely on meds, but at the same time, I literally cannot switch off, and I literally cannot ever feel calm or just happy. I think the happiest I ever was actually was when my ex told me she loved me. That was the first time anyone ever told me that they loved me. And they weren't family. This was just someone whose love I had earned. I would love to earn it again, but I am so mentally far gone and broken that I don't even know how long that would take, or even if it's possible. Because I literally have thoughts of wanting to die. I literally look at cars, look at trucks, figure out how fast would they have to go to kill me. The truck's not as fast. They're more massive. They'll impart enough force to crack this open. If I recall, the braking force or the amount of stress the skull can take is about 2,000 newtons. So it's not going to really take a lot in terms of mass to kill you. So, but I can't put that on another life. But I know how many drinks it takes to get alcohol poisoning now. And it's not as much as I thought. The window is short, but it's at least 5 drinks. So when they say at least, add another one. So 6 drinks in a span of about 2 hours. For me, I'm more on the mid-weight scale, so that would probably apply to me. Now, the most I've had in about 2 hours before was maybe 3-4 drinks, so we were getting there. I'd probably say 3 drinks. But there are times where I literally just think to myself, well, if I get alcohol poisoning, at least I'll pass out. My life functions will slow down to the point where I am at risk of dying, but I won't know it because I'll be passed out. That doesn't sound so bad. But again, I don't know what's left. I don't know what's left to fight for. I don't see much hope. So I'm really trying. When I say I'm really trying, I mean I am really, really trying. I haven't gotten drunk, at least not yet. And, I haven't self-harmed, at least yet. Granted, can't take away all the knives, can you? Can't take away all the sharp objects, can you? And I'll figure out other ways. Because that's, unfortunately, the good thing about me, is that I am resilient and overall smart enough to figure out my way out of a problem. But sadly not this one. But death is not really much of a problem. Anyway, that is how my mood has been. Not much is keeping me going. So, I'll see what my psychiatrist says about switching meds. And I will see about any support groups. But my mind is literally fucking stubborn. Anything I try to do, it just snaps right back. Everything that I've tried to do, it just snaps right back. It is literally like a fucking spring. You'll pull it, there'll be that restoring force. I try to get better, restoring force to being shit. So, but not like anyone really cares anymore. Suppose I only have to do this for the hope that there is anything better. I doubt it, but we'll see. Thanks for watching.